I'd like to start this off by saying these past 4 years working on Castle and collaborating with Flip has really broadened my perspective on a lot of things in the creative space. The amount of time and effort put into crafting your vision, revising it any number of times, and then just going through the arduous journey of getting that creation noticed is beyond taxing. That's not even mentioning just finding the time and energy to dedicate towards continuing. I guess what I'm trying to say, this is a late video, and I blame TTW. Had this been any other game, I probably would have put this off at a later, possibly indefinite date. No, I don't have a problem. But this title has had me effortlessly wrapped around its finger ever since I laid eyes on it.
I'll be watching you, Michael. Good luck, old friend.
I want to preface this by saying that the video isn't meant to cover the entirety of episode 1 or how it plays. Not too much anyway. All that is being saved for another Fallen Aces episode later down the line once I feel I've sunken enough playtime in. 26.8 just isn't enough. I love this game. A lot. And I want both videos to really reflect that. What I will share? Punching a goon in the face never gets old. Neither does throwing them off from high places, shooting them, stomping the life from their corpse, body, sleeping body, however you want to fuck with them. Throwing explosive objects. Now with all that out of the way, there's a few things pertaining to my interests you should know. I love stylized visuals. I really love film noir. What happens when you combine those two? Simple! You immediately gain the attention of some trapped schmuck who may or may not have a tiny hyperfixation for both. Bonus points for being an imsim focusing on melee combat. Though I might have to take a point away because there's no trench coats. From Glassjaw's intriguing narration down to the trailer's sublime music, I was captivated. Hooked like a detective is to their femme fatale. I really wish I didn't procrastinate on recording footage from Ace's old demo. Despite not being too different from the final game's last episode plot-wise, the level design and encounters certainly were. I know for a fact the visuals received a facelift. Specifically the artwork used in cutscenes. Well, a Christmas miracle happened early this year. Thanks to a friend, I was able to get my hands on Ace's old demo. And talk about a step up. Especially those cutscenes. Art is amazing, isn't it? Fallen Ace's beautiful art direction hits you immediately with the opening cutscene. But surprisingly enough, it's waiting at the first loading screen where my interest peaked further. Bright red spills through our main character's window, bathing almost everything inside a crimson hue as it clashes against pitch black shadows and Michael Thane's vest. Feelings of unknown danger quickly pervade your mind, like smoke from a freshly lit cigarette. Then, after deftly getting out of bed and forcing your weary frame through that damn door to snack on some fresh leftovers, you pull back the curtains and come face to face with the rain-soaked streets of Switchblade City. Self-storage glows quietly in the far distance as its neighbor below stands in stark contrast, almost as if intentionally beckoning your attention away from a mysterious stranger hidden in plain sight. We've only just begun, and already the atmosphere is so oppressively captivating. You can just feel that cold breeze seeping through Thane's open window, the smell of rain mingling with car exhaust already in the air. You're only here in this quiet, uneventful gloom for merely a moment, and already swept up into believing this has always been your home, that your normal life was a fleeting dream, a glance into a better, different future. Chapter 2's no slouch either. After being rescued by our ominously cloaked ally, we're let loose into this big dock and tasked to lower a bridge so we can make our escape. Dark clouds roll across a blackened sky, occasionally lit by lightning strikes. An amber glow in the distance calls us forward, urging a quicker descent into the belly of Port Umber. The music is quiet at first, foreboding and lonely while you stand amongst the unseen dead, whose echoes whisper warnings in one final defiant act. Your savior may have prevented another from joining their ranks, but who is he? What does he want? Can you trust him? Are you being recruited as a pawn for a much bigger game? Live past this moment, and you may find some answers. As the score swells, it connects the player and Mike together through rising determination. We may be outnumbered and outgunned, but these goons have never faced someone who's mastered the all-Switchblade shuffle. It's another phenomenal backdrop, both visually and thematically. The red motif from the previous loading screen follows us into this level as well. There's a good reason for that too, though I won't stop you for being curious. There's one more chapter I quickly want to cover, and it's Fallen Ace's most chilling. Chapter 4, House of Cards, gives us a view towards a distant and seemingly empty mansion. An owl rests atop a lone branch, gazing directly at us in return. Past the loading screen, we're thrown onto a dark, lonesome road overlooking that same household. Thanks to the cutscenes setting things up, we know something has gone terribly awry, and upon leaving our car, we're met with silence. No music, no rain. Ahead are some armed goons having a little conversation after engaging in some casual murder. But until we choose to push deeper, our only company is an Orthopateran symphony backed by a gentle choir and an audience of falling leaves. This backdrop not only sets the perfect mood, but also fits the level to come since Chapter 4 mainly focuses on stealth, which obviously involves a lot of stalking. And yet, as I snuck through this goon-infested death trap, I couldn't shake this strange feeling that I was being watched. I haven't found anything indicating this is the case like in Chapter 1. All I have to go off of is the loading screen itself. The way the image is framed, peeking through some open brush above the trees while our pal Mr. Who is fully aware of our presence. This little guy is the only one who knows we're here long before the levels end. And what doesn't help is his eyes and the moon share the same color. It makes the latter come off as some disembodied third eye. Sure, the lights coming from the mansion are also yellow. However, given what has recently transpired inside that building, I'd say it only makes this connection far more sinister. There's a genuine beauty specifically unique to Fallen Aces, and it's the kind you can't quite get from something mimicking the real world. The use of light, shadows, colors, that old-timey comic art style, all these different factors mix perfectly together with Ace's sound design, from its soundscape down to that soul-enlightening music, wonderfully composed by Josh Barron. Trey Powell and Jason Bond have demonstrated such an amazing talent at creating an enthralling world, and I seriously hope I've at the very least conveyed a fraction of that with this small video. The fact these levels are being made in Doom Builder is already mind-blowing enough. I literally can't escape this franchise. So when you book your ticket and a squad of goons lay unconscious, or dead, by your shoes, take a brief moment. Really take in the atmosphere. Because beneath all the violence and intrigue is a special knockout dame. And her name? Switchblade City.